Hey, it's Tom here. This is the next morning from my last video. I ended up not going to work today because my knee is still killing me. It's very stiff. I'm reading online that after a cortisone injection, it could be 3 to 5 days, several days. Hopefully not 5, but several days before you get relief. I really wanted to go to work today, so I don't know. I might be able to go tomorrow. At this point, I'm borrowing against my sick time because I don't have enough sick time. They have a system where I work where you kind of go into the negative and catch up as you earn more sick time. They don't give it to you like all at once. You just earn a certain amount of hours each pay period or whatever, or month. Anyway, yeah, something I forgot to mention yesterday, in losing the approximately 15 to 20 pounds, somewhere in there, clothes fitting better, all of that. I don't have it on me right now, but my college ring, I have this big chunky gold college ring that, I've had since I graduated college. And past few years, it's been too tight to get on, to fit. Yesterday, I was digging through stuff, looking for something, and I found it. And not that it was lost, but it was kind of stashed away. And I said, I wonder how this thing fits. And I put it on, and it fit. It's like, wow. Now, it's still a little snug, but it fit, and I was able to wear it. I was actually able to wear it yesterday without fear of it getting stuck on my finger, Like if this were summertime and I was a little bit, from the heat, things expand a little, I probably wouldn't have been able to wear it. But I haven't been able to wear this thing for a while at any time. I couldn't get it past my knuckle. You lose weight from everywhere when you lose weight, including your fingers, okay? Even your wrist. I have a wristwatch collection. It's one of my things, and some of my watches were getting a little snug, like too tight to wear without like expanding the fine adjustments or whatever. So I was looking through my wristwatch collection because I probably want to sell a few of them, and I was trying them on, and these ones that were snug are actually loose now. So I mean, when you lose weight, you lose it from all over your body. You don't just lose it from the areas that you want the most, which is like your stomach or whatever. It comes off equally from around your whole body. That's just how the body does it. There's no such thing as spot reduction. You're not just going to lose it in the spot you want to lose it. It's going to come off your whole body. And that includes your fingers, your wrists, areas that you don't normally think of as fat. But, you notice with people who are really obese, they're I don't really have fat fingers, but there are some people that actually have fat fingers, like pudgy fingers. It comes from all over your body, and different people's bodies store it in different places. I've never had what you call pudgy or fat fingers, but nevertheless, the body stores it everywhere. And I notice it as well with things like that, like ring sizes, rings changing, or wristwatches on your wrist, changing. Even this one that I've been wearing the whole time is it's like a little loose now. Like I can almost, just by shaking my wrist, I could almost rotate this thing, like around my wrist. I could probably actually use a fine adjustment the other way at this point to make it a little bit tighter. So, there you have it. You take fat off from everywhere when you lose weight. And you notice these little things. And hopefully that would also motivate you to keep you going with the program, the system that you're using. In my case, it's intermittent fasting. I'm doing more like a 20/4, 19/5, 18/6, right? Like that kind of thing. That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm in that range. Mine floats around, right? And on the weekends, I do more like a 16/8 or something like that. I still do it on the weekends. I don't believe in, I was watching another YouTuber talking about splurge days. The only splurge days that I would do would be like if I had a special event, a holiday, a wedding, something like that, where you're going out to a banquet, you know, Mother's Day brunch, buffet somewhere, something like that. But on a weekly basis, I mean, I kind of like splurge within my window every day. And that kind of like, I can't really do the strict OMAD, one meal a day, where you literally sit down, you eat the meal, and that is it. That's not for me. If it works for some people, that's great. For me, I just look at whatever window I have. And in that window, I eat freely. Doesn't mean I pig out or splurge or try to take in a whole day's calories. Don't do that. That's not recommended. But, if I want to, I vary it every day. I don't get the same cravings or whatever every day. Like, like there might be a pie there that I like, and I'm eating that pie. When the pie is done, I don't go out and buy a new pie. If my wife buys or makes a pie within a certain time, then it shows up when it shows up. But you don't need to have like back-to-back pies. You enjoy whatever's there and you're done with it. And then the next time, maybe you go a few days, you don't have like dessert during your window. You just eat whatever. So some days you might be a little higher on the carbs. Some day you might be not. You know what I mean? But I think that balances out, and it seems to work for me. So like, one day you might be picking, you might eat your meal and later on you're still a little hungry within your eating window, and there might be leftovers from the night before. It's, I kind of enjoyed that last time, and have a little bit of that, or whatever, leftover hamburger. Oh, I'm going to eat that. But within your window. And that seems to work for me. You feel like you need a little sweet tooth thing, a treat. One thing that I like, which I don't I don't want to eat it that often, but I call it like the poor man's jelly donut. I love jelly donuts. I'm obviously not going to go out and buy jelly donuts or whatever. So you take like a slice of white bread and you like put like grape jelly on it, and you kind of like fold it in half, put like a glob of that on, and you eat it. It's like, I call it the poor man's jelly donut. Every once in a while you get a sweet tooth. You want to have a little treat like that, but you're not going to do it every day. That's the key. You don't do that every day. You don't even do it every other day. That poor man's jelly donut thing, I might do it maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks. You eat these little cravings, you satisfy it, and then you're done. You move on, right? You don't linger on the same craving is what I'm trying to say. You vary it up, and things average out in the end. You don't make a pig of yourself on one thing, Like, in the past, not while I was doing this, but in the past, like I told my wife and her mother would go to the bakery, and she knows I love these cinnamon raisin donuts. It's kind of like a cinnamon roll, but with raisins in it. I like raisins. I love these things. I could eat the whole box. You bring me back 6 of those things, and it's like, oh. And I remember last year when I was experimenting with the fasting, she would bring back a box of those things, and, stupid me, I would eat, like, the whole box within my eating window. Not a good idea. No, that's like a splurge. That's like, that's a lot of calories in addition to dinner and whatever. So that's not good. But that's something that I'm prone to splurge on because I love them so much. And I told my wife, I said, don't buy these things. Don't, even if you go to a place that has them, don't buy them. If you're going to buy more than one, don't buy them. So anyway, that's it. So see you later. Let that sink in.